In 1975, a dazzling star burst onto our television screens, and her name was Lynda Carter. Best known for her iconic portrayal of Wonder Woman, she left an unforgettable impression on pop culture. But her story didn't stop there. Join us on a journey through the iconic career of Lynda Carter, the beloved Wonder Woman of the 1970s. From her trailblazing TV debut to her dazzling variety shows, we uncover the hidden gems of her remarkable life in entertainment. Number 35. Carter is one of 3 children. Lynda Carter's journey begins in Phoenix, Arizona, where she was born on July 24, 1951. She was one of 3 children, with a brother named Vincent and a sister named Pamela. But what truly set her apart from a young age was her extraordinary talent for music and dance. Growing up in a culturally diverse household, Lynda was exposed to both Latin and European music thanks to her mother's Spanish, French, and Mexican heritage, and her father's Scottish, Irish, and English background. Even as a child, it was clear that she had a special gift. At the tender age of 5, she was selected to perform on Lou King's Talent Show, a nationally syndicated program. This marked the beginning of what would become a long and incredibly successful career. In a 2022 interview, Carter reminisced about her early performances, saying, quote, "I actually started, like many of us do, making up shows and things, and making my poor family sit through the 4 acts of a play or a musical. I sang in everything I possibly could. Like, I'll do it. Then I joined a band at age 14 and was singing in bands until I was 17. Number 34. Lynda Carter, Wonder Woman. Lynda Carter, the iconic actress, singer, and activist, found fame playing Wonder Woman in the 70s. From her start in the mid-60s playing school dances with high school bands, to her surprising turn as a teenage touring musician, Carter has had a varied and busy career in entertainment. Talented and versatile, Carter made dozens of TV movies over the years, starring in a few blockbuster films along the way. She also played the lead in 3 TV shows, though Wonder Woman was by far the most successful and well-known of her work. A lifelong activist, Carter is a staunch supporter of the LGBTQIA+ community and fundraises for several charitable causes. Number 33. By the time this yearbook photo was taken, Carter was already a working musician. By the time Carter was in high school, she was already a talented singer, keen to pursue a career in music. Her first band, formed with 3 friends from school, was called Just Us. Influenced by their shared heritage, the band performed Latin-inspired percussive music. They used an eclectic mix of instruments, including the African marimba and the Afro-Cuban conga drum, along with acoustic guitar and the double bass. They played a few school dances, but didn't stay together long. At 15, Carter snagged her first gig, singing for tips at a local pizza joint. Number 32. Carter's first professional gig came when she was just 16. When she turned 16, Carter went on tour for the first time, joining her cousin's band, The Relatives. Their drummer was none other than Gary Berghoff, who would later gain worldwide fame for his role on MASH. Carter moved to Las Vegas with the band for 3 months, where they were booked as the opening act at Vegas's famous Sahara Hotel and Casino Lounge. Carter recalls having to surreptitiously make her way to the stage via a kitchen entrance so as not to break the rules against minors being in a casino. In 2016, Carter told the New York Times, quote, "We were just a local band. I was doing some writing and plugging along, as every other girl who goes to LA does. And then I finally got Wonder Woman." Number 31. Carter appears on the liner notes for It's a Sure Thing, though she left the band years earlier. Carter completed high school after her stint with The Relatives, starting college at Arizona State that fall. She didn't stay long. Soon after she arrived, she won the title of Most Talented at a college competition. Encouraged by the surprise win, Carter quit college to pursue her real passion, a career in music and entertainment, and started auditioning for local bands. Soon after, in 1970, she was hired as lead vocalist by the newly formed group, the Garfin Gathering. After going on tour with the band in Nevada for 2 years, Carter quit to focus on acting. Number 30. Carter wins at the Miss World USA 1972 competition. Carter's win at the Miss World USA 1972 competition launched her into a successful acting career. Returning once again to her home in Arizona, Carter took a chance and entered the Miss Arizona 1972 pageant, where she placed first, ultimately going on to win Miss World USA 1972. Carter didn't initially aspire to a career in pageantry, but she's since explained that it changed her life forever. Quote, "I had stopped singing on the road and gone back to Arizona to regroup. I didn't want to be a singer in a group on the road, and I was going to go study acting. And then this Miss World contest fell into my lap." Number 29. Carter visits the National Naval Medical Center with Bob Hope and his troupe. As the new Miss World USA, Carter was contracted to carry out a year-long series of nationwide engagements and media appearances, acting as a Goodwill ambassador for the Miss World organization. Her duties included bringing awareness to charitable organizations, giving speeches promoting humanitarian causes, and supporting fundraising events. Each Miss World winner also had to choose a cause that was important to her to focus on as part of her duties. Carter chose the care of wounded veterans returning from the still-running Vietnam War, one of the deadliest conflicts of the 20th century. Number 28. Carter didn't have to wait long to get her start in TV, landing her first role in 1974. After spending most of 1973 fulfilling her Miss World duties, Carter moved to New York to seriously pursue her acting career. She enrolled in acting lessons at prestigious schools in the city and crossed paths with future industry stars. Her acting lessons quickly paid off as she landed her first role in 1974 on Nakia, a groundbreaking police procedural series centered around a Native American cop in New Mexico. Number 27. Carter landed a small role in a Season 1 episode of Starsky and Hutch in early 1975. Carter was cast in several more shows over the next year, often playing small supporting roles. However, by the summer of 1975, she was nearly broke. Just when she was about to give up on acting and return to Arizona, her agent sent her an audition for ABC's The New Original Wonder Woman. Carter's audition impressed the casting director, matching the comic book character's look perfectly. This lucky break came just in the nick of time, as she was down to her last $25. Number 26. Cloris Leachman as the Queen of Themyscira, alongside Carter as the Amazon Princess Diana, 1975. Carter was ecstatic to land the role of Wonder Woman. The feature-length plot, The New Original Wonder Woman, was an instant hit when it was released on November 7, 1975. Audiences and critics praised Carter's portrayal of the iconic character. ABC ordered 2 more film-length television episodes, followed by an order for 11 short episodes. Despite warnings that playing a sexy leading role might alienate women viewers, Carter embraced the character, making Wonder Woman an enduring icon for over 40 years. She once said, quote, "I loved everything about playing her, and I never once thought that she'd remain iconic for 40 years. Number 25. Carter added her own twist to the Wonder Woman canon by inventing the classic spin move for the show. In the first season, in the fall of 1976, Carter introduced the iconic spinning move that Diana Prince uses to transform into Wonder Woman. In the original comic books, Prince used her magic lasso to change, but that didn't work well on camera. Carter's spin soon became a defining aspect of Wonder Woman's transformation and a beloved part of the character's lore. Number 24. Lynda Carter posing on the set of Wonder Woman, circa 1975. Carter filmed 2 more seasons of Wonder Woman, ending her run in the iconic role in 1979. The series continued to gain fans as Wonder Woman's character evolved to have more special powers and skills. Carter's portrayal allowed the character to become more formidable, and her physicality in the role grew. However, the series was unexpectedly canceled by CBS to make way for the Dukes of Hazzard, leaving fans disappointed. Number 23. Lynda Carter's marriage to her manager Ron Samuels ended in divorce 4 short years later. During her time working on Wonder Woman, Carter married her first husband, Ron Samuels, in 1977. Samuels was her talent agent and manager, but their marriage was deeply unhappy and lasted only 4 years. Samuels convinced Carter to pose for a ProArts promotional poster, aiming to replicate the success of Farrah Fawcett's iconic poster. Despite Carter's dislike for the poster, it sold over 1 million copies. Number 22. Carter worked with legendary comedian Don Rickles on a nationwide ad campaign for Diet 7-Up. While starring in Wonder Woman, Carter pursued various creative projects. She became highly sought after for promotional work, signing a modeling contract with Maybelline in 1977. Carter also appeared in television commercials, including a significant campaign for Diet 7-Up alongside Don Rickles. As the 1970s came to a close, Carter's fame continued to rise, and her diverse portfolio of work expanded. Number 21. Carter's first album, Portrait, was released in 1978 and featured original songs written by her. Amid her successful acting career, Carter returned to her first love, music. In 1978, she released her debut album, Portrait. This album featured a mix of original songs and popular covers. Critics praised Carter's musical talents, and 2 of her original songs from Portrait were even featured in an episode of Wonder Woman. Carter reflected on her dual career, saying, quote, "The funny thing is, once I started pursuing acting, I was told not to tell anyone I was a singer because no one was interested in singers who wanted to act." Number 20. Carter sings a duet with Tom Jones during a 1979 musical variety show. During the 1970s, musical variety shows were a prominent feature of weekend and holiday programming. Carter, with her passion for music and theater, became involved in these popular shows. She worked behind the scenes, co-writing songs and choreographing dance routines for television specials. Carter also performed in these specials, taking on supporting roles and sharing the stage with legendary artists like Tom Jones and Kenny Rogers. This experience allowed her to gain valuable insights into the production process, skills that would prove useful in her career. Number 19. 1975 was a busy year for Carter as she embarked on a new career in voice acting. Carter ventured into voiceover work, breaking the male-dominated trend of male voice actors. In 1975, she made history as the first woman to record a voiceover for a movie trailer. This milestone occurred during the promotion of The Drowning Pool, a thriller starring Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. Her involvement opened doors for women in the field of voice acting. Number 18. Carter's first movie, the 1976 crime thriller Bobby Joe and the Outlaw, was disturbingly violent. Carter made her big screen debut shortly after starting her role on Wonder Woman. She starred in the 1976 crime drama Bobby Joe and the Outlaw. The film, set in New Mexico, follows a group of young misfits involved in a series of crimes and chaos. Carter played the lead role of Bobby Joe, an aspiring musician who becomes entangled with the violent and unpredictable Lyle. Despite her talent, the movie did not achieve critical success, impacting her early film career. Number 17. Carter was replaced by Colleen Camp in an iconic scene from Apocalypse Now. In 1979, as her fame continued to rise, Carter was cast in Apocalypse Now. She was set to play one of the Playboy bunnies who had to escape a chaotic USO performance by helicopter when soldiers rushed the stage. Unfortunately, a devastating storm hit the Philippines just before filming was scheduled to begin, causing extensive damage to the sets. Carter couldn't wait for them to be rebuilt and had to return to filming the final season of Wonder Woman. Number 16. Miss Piggy appears as Wonder Pig in a sassy homage to Carter's Wonder Woman. After Wonder Woman concluded, Carter's versatile talents allowed her to make a name for herself across various entertainment niches. Her reputation as a dedicated performer who was easy to work with grew rapidly. Her first television role post-Wonder Woman was a guest appearance on The Muppet Show, which aired on February 22, 1980. This popular show had a global viewership in the millions across 100 countries. Carter's performance on the show was a resounding success, earning her a new fan base worldwide. Number 15. Carter's first variety show drew in huge audiences and was a massive ratings success. Following her success on Wonder Woman and her well-known musical talents, Lynda Carter received immediate offers to star in her own musical variety shows. These shows were conceived as one-time TV specials, and they allowed Carter to take on a more substantial role in writing, directing, and producing, an uncommon opportunity for women in 1970s Hollywood. Her debut show, Lynda Carter Special, aired in January 1980, just a month before her memorable appearance on The Muppet Show. The special featured guest appearances by country superstar Kenny Rogers and Australian pop sensation Leo Sayer, drawing in massive audiences and achieving significant ratings success. Number 14. Encore effortlessly embraced the campy vibe of early 80s stage productions, and audiences loved it. Following the resounding success of Lynda Carter's Special, CBS commissioned a follow-up show to air that same fall. Titled Encore, this special featured Merle Haggard and Tom Jones as special guests. One of the standout performances was a lively musical dance number featuring cast members dressed as iconic pop culture characters, including oversized Muppets and Kiss-inspired backup dancers. Encore was a tremendous hit, leading to 3 more meticulously produced and highly anticipated specials: Celebration in 1981, Street Life in 1982, and Body and Soul in 1984. As the popularity of variety shows waned in the late 1980s, Carter shifted her focus to other projects. Number 13. Carter gives a tour de force performance in the 1983 biopic Rita Hayworth, The Love Goddess. In 1983, Carter took on the lead role in the television biopic Rita Hayworth, The Love Goddess. Portraying the iconic Hollywood starlet Rita Hayworth, Carter's performance resonated with audiences as she captured the essence of Hayworth's tumultuous life. The biopic also featured Michael Lerner's compelling portrayal of Harry Cohn, the controlling studio executive who played a significant role in Hayworth's career. Rita Hayworth, The Love Goddess, drew large audiences, driven by the curiosity surrounding the lives of these larger-than-life Hollywood figures, including Hayworth's marriages to Orson Welles and Prince Ali Khan of the Pakistani Nizari royal family. Number 12. Carter and Anderson on the set of their short-lived detective show, Partners in Crime. Returning to television in 1984, Carter took on the first leading role in a series since Wonder Woman. She starred alongside Lonnie Anderson in Partners in Crime, an early example of the female-led detective show genre. The series followed the adventures of 2 women who became amateur detectives while investigating the murder of their mutual ex-husband. Despite its cancellation after only 13 episodes, the show, which aired in the fall of 1984 on NBC, received critical acclaim for the performances of both Carter and Anderson. Audiences in both the US and the UK responded positively to the series. Number 11. Carter took time off acting to focus on starting a family with her new husband. In 1984, amidst her burgeoning career, Lynda Carter experienced a significant personal milestone: marriage to Robert A. Altman, the love of her life. Following the cancellation of Partners in Crime, Carter decided to take a hiatus from acting to support her husband, a prominent Washington, D.C. lawyer. The couple settled in Potomac, Maryland, where they built a stunning 20,000-square-foot mansion. Their family grew with the arrival of their son, James Altman, in 1988, followed by their daughter, Jessica Carter Altman, born in 1990. Carter shifted her focus to her family during this period of her life. Number 10. CBS's adaptation of beloved fictional detective Mike Hammer was widely criticized by fans. While primarily focused on her family in the late 1980s, Lynda Carter did accept a couple of movie roles. In 1989, she portrayed the lead female character in Mike Hammer, Murder Takes All, a CBS television movie based on the best-selling novels by Mickey Spillane. However, the film received unfavorable reviews. While Carter's performance garnered praise, critics were critical of the slow pacing, poor adaptation of the story, and Stacy Keach's distracting portrayal of Hammer. The movie is perhaps most notable for featuring a young and relatively unknown Jim Carrey in a minor role. Ultimately, the movie did not make a significant impact and was quietly shelved. Number 9. Promotional still from the 1991 movie Daddy, starring Carter opposite Patrick Duffy. Carter returned to acting more consistently in the 1990s, following the birth of her daughter. Her first major project was the 1991 made-for-TV movie Daddy, an adaptation of Danielle Steele's best-selling novel of the same name. In this production, Carter starred opposite Patrick Duffy, well known for his role on Dallas. Carter delivered a captivating performance as an aspiring Broadway actress, forced to make a difficult choice between love and her career. The movie also featured Kate Mulgrew as Duffy's estranged wife, and included Ben Affleck and Matthew Lawrence as Duffy's 2 young sons. Number 8. Carter fiercely defended second husband Robert Altman during his scandalous fraud trial. In 1992, Lynda Carter temporarily stepped away from acting to focus on her family, particularly during her husband Robert Altman's trial for financial fraud and money laundering. Altman's trial was part of a multinational investigation into the Bank of Credit and Commerce International's secret dealings, resulting in a significant financial scandal. Carter's unwavering support for her husband during this trying time garnered public attention. When Altman was acquitted in 1993, Carter jubilantly embraced him in front of reporters, exclaiming, "Not guilty, not guilty." Number 7. Shot in British Columbia, Hawkeye was a visually stunning production that won critical acclaim. With the trial's conclusion, Lynda Carter resumed her acting career with renewed enthusiasm. In 1993, she appeared in Lightning Bolt, her sole feature film of the decade. Unfortunately, the film failed to make a positive impression on audiences, and even Carter herself was dissatisfied with the final product. The following year, she was cast as Elizabeth Shields in the TV series Hawkeye, based on James Fenimore Cooper's Leatherstocking Tales. The series centered on Elizabeth's quest to rescue her husband from French captors, with the help of Cooper's renowned character, Hawkeye. Despite earning critical acclaim, Hawkeye was canceled after just 1 season. Number 6. With her piercing blue eyes, Carter was the ideal spokeswoman for corporate giant Lens Express. Throughout the 1990s, Lynda Carter diversified her career. She resumed her voiceover work, narrating the audiobook version of Sandra Brown's suspenseful romance thriller, Where There's Smoke. Carter also entered into a lucrative endorsement deal with eye care giant Lens Express, which is known today as 1-800-CONTACTS. Most notably, she founded her own production company, Potomac Productions, on March 16, 1999. By the end of the 1990s, Carter had solidified her position as a successful actress and musician, setting the stage for her career to continue expanding into the coming decade. Number 5. When Wonder Woman was syndicated in the early 2000s, Carter found a whole new fan base. In the early 2000s, there was a resurgence of popular interest in first-generation sci-fi and superhero TV shows, coinciding with the golden age of cable television. Wonder Woman found a new life when it was syndicated on various cable networks, including Sci-Fi, attracting millions of dedicated science fiction and comic book fans. Lynda Carter's iconic portrayal of Wonder Woman won over a whole new generation of viewers, and the show quickly became a cult classic. Carter's popularity soared, leading to increased demand for her talents. Number 4. Carter wowed audiences with her big return to the silver screen in the Dukes of Hazzard remake. The 2000s marked a decade of nearly continuous work for Lynda Carter, spanning television and video game voiceovers, particularly for the Elder Scrolls series. She also took on roles in several independent and low-budget films, some of which achieved cult status, including the police comedy Super Troopers. One of her most memorable roles during this period was in the darkly humorous 2004 comedy horror film, The Creature of the Sunny Side Up Trailer Park. However, her most significant role of the decade came in the form of the blockbuster 2005 remake of The Dukes of Hazzard, where she portrayed Uncle Jesse's love interest, Pauline Powers. Number 3. Carter's 2009 studio album, At Last, won rave reviews, climbing to number 10 on the charts. Following her stint in The Dukes of Hazzard, Lynda Carter returned to her musical and theatrical roots. She performed in London as Mama Morton in a West End production of Chicago. After a 2-year tour featuring An Evening with Lynda Carter, her one-woman cabaret show, she ventured back into music with the release of her first new album in decades, At Last, in 2009. The album achieved considerable success, reaching number 10 on the U.S. Billboard Jazz chart. Carter continued to tour and perform music with her band, even releasing her latest album, Red Rockin' Blues, in 2018. Number 2. Carter's family was instrumental in her recovery from alcohol addiction. Throughout her illustrious career, Lynda Carter faced her share of personal challenges, most notably a prolonged battle with alcoholism. In 1998, with the encouragement and support of her husband Robert, she sought treatment and entered rehab. Now sober for over 2 decades, Carter attributes her recovery to the love and support of her family. She acknowledges that maintaining her sobriety remains a daily commitment. Carter often shares her story, advocating for the importance of family acceptance and support in achieving and sustaining sobriety. Number 1. Carter assumes her famous Wonder Woman pose as she accepts her star on the Walk of Fame. As a dedicated activist, Lynda Carter has been a vocal supporter of the LGBTQIA+ community and served as the Grand Marshal for Pride parades in both New York and Washington, D.C. in 2011. She also actively campaigns for abortion rights and contributes to fundraising efforts for organizations such as the Susan G. Komen Fund. In recognition of her outstanding contributions to film and television, Carter received her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on April 3, 2018. Her groundbreaking portrayal of Wonder Woman paved the way for future female action heroes, leaving a long-lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. As we conclude this fascinating tour through Lynda Carter's life, we hope you've enjoyed these intimate glimpses into her remarkable journey. For more exciting stories and celebrity insights, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.